Oh my goodness. Guys, we're back. Another episode of F.A.M.E Weekly Talk. It is happening right here on this Instagram Live. Margaret, I think we're over too much to the side. What do? We have a little trap set here. I'm not allowed to touch anything, okay, on this. All right, then. This is it. This is it right here. This is it right here. Whoa. We're back. We're back. We are back. F.A.M.E Weekly Talk. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us, and thank you so much for spreading the word, telling the friends to come on over and be a part of the F.A.M.E family, all right? The F.A.M E music, food, arts, music, the environment, all right? This week's theme, feminine energy, energy, energy. Yes, it is happening, all right? Earlier, we went straight to art. We're going to be uploading a food video, all right? So make sure that you look out for that on our Instagram page, F.A.M.E Festival _Barbados. Make sure that you guys look out for that for sure, all right? Then we went straight to art. We had a pleasant conversation. Hi, Miss Anna Gibson, all right? Sharing us her amazing pieces, man. Go and check it out. Yeah, we have the interview already saved, all right? And then we went to music. We spoke to the lovely ladies of Rashan. Yes, we did. You heard them singing? You heard them serenading us? I'm like, yes. Song is so stuck in my head now, I can tell you that for sure, man. And then up next, who do we have? Oh my goodness, I feel as if she's such a vivacious person, such a vivacious spirit, man, for sure. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. We have Jessica Bentley. She is going to be joining us right here on this F.A.M.E Weekly Talk. Mishka Mactier, that is my name. I keep forgetting to say it all the time, but it's fine. We are here, all right? We are here. And again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. You know, wherever you are watching from, make sure that you guys also follow us on Instagram, all right? F.A.M.E Festival _Barbados, all right? Follow us, spread the word, tell a friend. You know how that works, all right? For our next theme, I'm going to be reading from this book. Not tonight, but the next theme for sure. This is an amazing book. It's called The Woman's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secrets. It talks about everything. Everything, I mean, it even talks about menstrual blood. Yeah, and how powerful it is. Listen, this book is legit. It talks about all these things, man. All about it. They talk about everything from, again, Eve, Adam, how we were sabotaged by men to gain control, and the list goes on and on. But we won't be bitter. No, we're just gonna let it go and just move on, all right? Yes, we are. Okay, guys, so like I said before, this is F.A.M.E Weekly Talk, and we do this every week, all right? Right here on this Instagram, right here, right here, right here, all right? Every week we chat with some individuals about their contributions to the movement. Yes, we do, all right? Food, art, music, and the environment. That is F.A.M.E for you, all right? So up next, guys, we have Jessica Bensley. She is going to be joining us indeed. Wonderful. Jessica Bensley, here she is. Did you see the video? View. Oh, Miss Jessica Bensley, she's going to be chatting with us. This amazing lady. It's going to be, what? How are you, my darling? I just want to give you a hug.
Good evening.
I just want to give you a hug. I see you right now.
Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think I can feel it. How are you doing, my darling?
Oh, so good. So good.
Wow.
So happy to be here. What fun with those ladies tonight. And the conversations. Oh, my heavens.
Oh, I know. Did you see
so
Anna?
Much talent and magic.
So talented. Do you see Anna with her pieces? Oh my goodness.
What?
All this. Right
amazing.
Here.
Amazing. Wow.
Amazing indeed it is, man. Right here in Barbados, it is happening, man. It is happening. Looking so lovely. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, my darling. Okay, so you know this week's theme, right?
Yeah.
Feminine energy. But before we get to that, all right, I want to read a quote from you that I have here. I don't know it from the top of my head, all right? I'm driven by an altruistic notion of how we experience our world. the notion of development and the consequences of how we interpret its benefits drive my quest to explore alternative possibilities. Using communication pieces and the art of storytelling, I hope to participate in our reconnection to one another and ultimately all living species. Species, all right? All living species. I want you to break that down for us. I want you to
as simply as possible. Look, around about August every year is actually 2019 in September was Earth Overshoot Day. What does that mean? That basically means that on the 9th month of the year, actually it was July, forgive me, July, on the 7th month of the year, we had consumed all of nature's natural resources for the year that the planet could replenish. So in essence, we're in ecological debt.
Yeah.
As a species living on planet Earth. We can't operate our lives on a debt in our bank balance. So how do we think that we can live consuming more than the Earth can give us and replenish for Earth's well-being, for nature and humanity's well-being? So this year, because of COVID and the slowdown, we've actually gained an extra 3 weeks. So Earth Overshoot Day was August last week. But prior to that, it's every year, it's going earlier and earlier in the calendar year. So this kind of awareness and everything, I've been in tourism for the last 3 years throughout the Caribbean islands, making tourist maps. And what I realized is in the pursuit of development, what I was selling was actually being eroded. Essentially, I was selling Caribbean people, I was selling the land, and I was selling the ocean. So I was selling culture, relationships, connection, the land and the ocean.
Yeah.
And as each island developed over the last 3 decades, I saw the erosion of those three, you know, the foundation of the triangle, right?
Wow.
So that kind of put me in this pursuit of, you know, how do we remedy this? What do we do? Yeah. And in that pursuit, then I came across, so I say that my life's mission is to restore dignity amongst humanity and planet. How do we live in harmony?
How do we live in harmony?
And yeah, how do we live in harmony? And so what I realized, Mishka, is that the first question I needed to actually address, I mean, yes, I did the environmental science stuff, but I actually needed to address my own harmonious nature with my feminine self, because I was living in such a masculine facade. Yeah.
Yeah, to just like, I don't want to just consume and consume and consume and consume, you know, but wow.
And as an entrepreneur in that pursuit for wealth, or, you know, taking care of your staff and being, you know, innovative and entrepreneurial, you know, going, I was really approaching my business and my life in that very masculine format. Yeah, pushing for an outcome rather than a flow. Yes, what's my intention? What's my energetic frequency? And let it all come in. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I heard the lady said before, don't rush it, just let it flow. And with that introduction, we introduce Jessica Bensley.
That was the introduction.
Oh my goodness, that was great. Thank you, Jessica. I want to know, right? This week's theme is feminine energy. And I want to know, what does it mean to you? What does feminine energy mean to you?
You know, I believe women feel every single emotion that exists throughout humanity on planet Earth. I believe we feel that full range of emotions. And we have been brought up with this you're too much, you're too loud, you're too beautiful, you're too
melodramatic.
You're too. Shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. And as a result, our sisterhood has become broken as well, where we are mostly catty to one another as women rather than lifting one another up. So for me, the expression of the feminine is the ability to recognize, to be present with the full range of the emotion, be they shadow or be they light, and to really be standing in the principle of love. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do we go about doing this? How do we go about doing this?
How did I?
How do we go about doing this?
Oh, wow. Okay, so I do a couple of things. I do a monthly emotional tour. So the first thing I believe is to start to learn about your emotions. So, you know, even when we feel anger, we don't really have permission to express it. We tend to quell it down. And for a lot of women, this is a scary emotion. But as long as you know where it lives in your body and how your body might need to move it, or a sound or a color, it just needs acknowledgement. That's it. And then it's gone. Right? It's like, so if you think about your whole, every single emotional experience you've ever made your entire life, that emotion lives in your body. And has it been processed? Has it been given space to release? So I do an emotional tour with African drumming and music, and you kind of dance it out. Yeah. And then I do other more regular classes, more around dance, but a very, very, very slow sensual dance. And the excavation there, the exploration, is to find these shadow and light emotions and just be present with them in the dance. So it may be with a very energetic, it could be a rageful song, or it could be a melancholy song. But it's finding the way to process that emotion through the body. So that's what I do, which is available here in Barbados and online. As a shortcut through all of that, I strongly suggest that women start every day with some dancing. And I usually suggest 3 different songs, like a really, really guttural, like heavy, AC/DC, Deep Purple, hard stuff.
Let me get it out, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like,
I'm still there with you. Okay.
And then something, you know, Kate Bushy, that's kind of like, oh my God, the woe of the world, like, oh my God. And then always end in pleasure, always end in pleasure. So what you start doing is waking up all of your senses so that actually when you're moving through your day, you're living in pleasure. Yeah.
So we do 3 different dances. We get it out. Okay, so I think I got the first 2. So the first one is you say you get out whatever emotion, and then you go to, what's the other one? I missed the other one.
So the other one is a more regular class that starts to explore different shadow emotions and different light emotions, but you're building on your dance and your ability to move through these emotions. Yeah. So the first one's almost like just a deep cleanse, right? And the other one's just like a regular, just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. So listen, just in case you guys are now joining us, we're speaking to Jessica Bensley. She's representing the environment for F.A.M.E, all right? Just in case for everyone who's now joining us, all right? Just want to let them know what's happening here, right? You could feel all this vibration coming through the screen, man. Okay. I heard you mention before, shadow and light.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? If you can just break it down for us.
Yeah, look, this comes back to this thing about how, as women, particularly as little girls, we've been brought up to be, even men to a degree, you know, we've been brought up to stay in this sort of box. You know, if you raised your voice too much, you were too loud. If you felt an injustice and you raised your voice in anger, you were told no. Yeah. So we have these shadow emotions and we have these light emotions. We have grief, we have rage, we have jealousy, we have shame.
Right.
Yes,
And
they
that is
all
considered
exist.
shadow emotion.
That's that. I would term that like a shadow emotion. So I don't like to call it a dark emotion. I don't want to put that judgment on it, right?
Yeah.
So it's a shadow emotion because the shadow shows us the light, right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's how I get shadow. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so, and I think this is the area where as women, you know, we tend to be more comfortable with, hello, how are you? Happy, 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 joyful, joyful, joyful. Yeah, but there's this burning volcano.
Really?
You know, there could be, right? And all it needs is like that release and on we go. Yeah.
Wow. And we know the negative impact that stress has on your body, right? When you just keep all these emotions in. So it's okay for us to go outside and just scream at the top of our lungs and just not have someone call the people from the mental health to come and get us because we're just expressing.
So here's my solution to that. Here's my solution, because my neighbors are a little bit close as well. So I actually, when I'm feeling particularly rageful, and if I don't want to scream, or throw pillows, or, and I keep it very, very short, always like a minute, 2 minutes, nothing more, right? It's like you want it out, you don't want to stay there in it. It just needs a release, yeah? But what I do is I go into the ocean, I say a little thank you to the ocean and the fish, and I say, it's coming out. Yeah. Underwater, and I let it out. Yeah.
And then you're fine.
And and I have a scream underwater. So I'm not disturbing the neighbors. The fish,
They're like, she's back again and she's pissed off. Swim away.
Boom, back.
Swim away. Oh my goodness. What is happening? Wow. Well done. Well done. And if you can't get to the ocean, then it's fine. You can do the pillows and you know, punch the pillows, and it's absolutely fine.
And you can do silent screams as well. It doesn't need to be vocal. It's more if you think about it, it's an energetic release. Yeah. So it could be silent, but it's the intentionality of that frequency. Yeah.
Wow. And then after you finish, you just let it go and just move on. It's completely
always end in a pleasure joy. Always. Whenever you do a shadow. Sorry?
Always end in pleasure joy.
Pleasure or joy, like a song that is light and happy and you know, it's when you've touched a shadow emotion, always end in a pleasure. So you're training your body for this clearing, but then it's like, I'm coming back to my pleasure. That's I kind of look at it, it's like this, we all have these different emotions, and it's almost like, this is the way I visualize it in my head. I'm saying to all of them, I'm saying you can all have a seat at the banquet table. Everyone is welcome. Jealousy is welcome. Shame is welcome. You can all have a seat. But today, I want joy to operate. But all of you all come and sit around. Come and sit down. Yeah. You're a present. I acknowledge you exist, right? I'm not going to hide you all. Right? You'll exist, but today joy's running the show, right?
Yes. And that's it.
Yeah. And
get it out. Joy's running the show.
That's it. Yeah.
And this obviously
because these emotions, my belief is these emotions unexpressed lead to illness. Yeah. They lead to broken relationships. Yeah. And everything is stored in us. Everything, every emotion is in our bodies. Yeah.
All of it, man. All of
it, right?
Wow. I want to know, we're moving on. Well, not moving on, but just to a different aspect of your life. I want to know, right? You're a licensed XS Factor teacher.
Yes.
Tell us, Miss Jessica. I want to know.
That's... Yes.
At the S. fact. I want to know what this is
Yeah,
about.
so it's all the curves, right?
Yeah.
So the S is the weekly class that I do. So it's more of a journey, and I see just miraculous shifts in women in like 4 weeks. Where so the cues that I use in the dancing are based on all of the senses. They're based on empowerment. So being able to bring yourself pleasure through just contact, be it on an intimate body part without being extreme, but being comfortable with our bodies and being the authors of our own pleasure, not looking for it outside of us, right? Wow. Showing up for ourselves in our own radiance to then go and spread magic everywhere. Yeah. So the S word, the S journey is very, very, very slow dancing. A lot of the movements are based on yoga mat practices, so super, super gentle. And then over time you build up where you start to express. We used to call them erotic creature icons. I'm starting to call them goddess icons.
Of course. That's
right?
Exactly what it is.
Yeah. So like, for example, how would you embody the energy of Kali, right? In a dance? What music would you need? Like, you know, where would the tension be and how would you release it, right? As you carry it through your body, or how would you be as Athena, right? How would you be as Artemis? So all these different goddesses, right, that have these principles. They're either the champion, or they're joyful, or they're a pleaser, or shy, all of these things,
What? So that is what it's about. Okay, another thing I read again on your bio. You do a F.A.M.E attune class. It's the same thing.
The F.A.M.E is the drumming. That's the emotional tour. Yeah. Oh. So the F.A.M.E is like the deep clean. I call it an emotional tour. You do about 7 emotions. We start with joy, then we'll do rage, grief, we do confidence, we do desire. So you learn, and we stay again 1 minute, 2 minutes in each emotion. And so you learn where it is in the body, you learn the texture of it, you learn the color, you learn the sound, like how your body wants to move. So you start to become aware of where this stuff is sitting in your body. Yeah.
I'm sitting here, I'm stunned. I'm like, what did I miss? Like, I don't know. I missed something, Jessica.
So, the thing is, Mishka, is, my journey to here is, I think I've done every form of therapy since I was 13 years old, right? Every single one, right? And it's story after story after story. And when I came to this movement about 4 or 5 years ago, I realized that I didn't need the story anymore. The story didn't matter. All that mattered is that the emotion was acknowledged, and that was it. I didn't need the story anymore. Yeah.
That's so important.
Just powerful.
The mere fact that
that's really powerful.
Story anymore. I've had conversations with people before, and even I was very guilty for doing it as well. You always tell a story that you find a particular era, a particular time in your life, and you've almost gotten past it, but you always feel the need to have to tell that same story again. It's like you said, you don't need the story anymore. So congratulations.
And so then what then happens with that is then now your story has a new reframe. Yeah. And it's actually you see the magic and the beauty in the painful parts of your story that actually now become your gifts. Because I do believe the pain is the gift once we make that emotional transformation and that recognition. So you get to reframe and repurpose your story. Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. Yeah. So profound. The pain is the gift. Wow. I want to ask you a question. I mean, you may or may not have an answer for it, but how do we even get to that place? How?
It's a journey, Mishka, and it takes courage. It takes courage. Yeah. This is it's scary stuff to look at your shadow stuff, right? You know, the stuff that we've kind of swept under the carpet, yeah? You know, it's like that bottom drawer that's never, you know, that things
Pull
just
out
keep getting
more.
shoved in, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the fastest way there is to really become aware of living every moment in your own pleasure. So are we aware of the breeze? Are we aware of the wind? Where is the fan hitting me? Where is, you know, my glistening falling on my face, right? Where is it coming down my neck, right?
Wow, man.
Yeah. So, and this, you know, something in that reconnection, the more authentic we are with ourselves, the more authentic we can be in the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're not in our pleasure, we cannot be authentic because we will be resentful in some way. Yes.
Really? I mean, I'm listening to you and it almost seems as if, you know, every day I have these post-its on my mirror. You know, I compel you, I command you to take my body back to its original, you know,
Right.
imprint, you know, things like that, you know, and
Yes.
feel happy thoughts and think happy, you know, be the happy thoughts, you know, these little mantras. And every so often, you know, they just become like a part of the mirror, really, that you almost forget to even read them and acknowledge them. So now I actually have mantras that are telling me to read the mantra.
I know. we have to trick ourselves. We have to keep moving them around, right?
That's the trick, to move them around. And now I'm hearing you talking about it. You know, to just be aware of certain things, you know. But again, sometimes you get so busy and it's so caught up. I don't know if this happens to everyone, where you are almost having full-fledged, your mind just keeps going constantly. You don't even realize that your mind is going constantly. And you wake up the next morning and you almost bring everything from the next day into this day again, you know, and it just continues every day, constantly, you know. And I know I've asked you before. So what are any tips you have for us just to kind of get past that part, you know, where you're constantly chattering in your mind every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do coaching as well, and one of my clients this week, her homework, her action was to celebrate herself like 3 times a day, even if she had procrastinated over something.
Yeah.
To find some celebration and acknowledgement. And so I think to really fine tune that, be gentle with ourselves, you know, smile. Like, you know, if you think about it, if you saw a mother telling a young child off, saying, oh, you didn't finish that, or you didn't do that, we'd go up to the mother and say, hey, stop. But yet we have these voices going on inside ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think the starting point is to be so gentle with ourselves. Like, you know, smile. Yeah, smile and say, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, I kind of messed that up yesterday.
Yeah. And today, and the day before.
Right? Okay, so I'm aware of it. I celebrate myself for being aware of that. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I believe we grow through acknowledgement and championing. We do not grow through reprimandation, yeah, and belittling, yeah. Wow. So, being gentle with oneself, I think, tough, sometimes really tough, yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness, Jessica. I mean, this is like practice every day. This is an everyday practice for all the listeners. This is something that you have to constantly do all the time, right?
Yeah.
Everyday practices, man.
And then it becomes a new habit, right? And then it becomes a new way of being. Yes.
Wow. Oh my
the first part's like this, uphill like this, right? Yeah.
You lied to me, Jessica lied to me. Don't didn't think it was going to be easy, but she lied to me anyway. You know how that goes, man. Wow. Okay, so before you go, I want to know, you mentioned earlier, because I feel as if we're going back to this, right? You mentioned earlier about having this mentality, almost you find yourself working with like the male mentality of always wanting to, like all the time, constantly. How can we kind of, as females, how can we kind of step back and take a different approach?
Yeah. Look, I think as women, one of the fastest ways there is to maybe start off one day a week. I'm really going to, I'm going to dress in my most feminine that I can. I'm not going to put on the shorts and the t-shirt. You know, I'm going to put on a dress, or I'm going to put on a pink scarf, right? I am going to F.A.M.E it today, yes? Not fame it, F.A.M.E it.
He's gonna F.A.M.E it today. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on, Jessica. We're doing this every week. Once
yeah, make a day. Like, you know, I mean, look, I've been at this for 7 years, but I tried for a while a Friday no panty day, right? Does that give me pleasure? How do I move around when I'm in the supermarket? Like, what is that? You know, I used to set an alarm every single hour. It had I put on the striptease song.
Yes.
And that would go off every hour so that I could stop and say, am I doing whatever I'm doing in absolute pleasure? It's like I had to train myself, yeah? And I still forget sometimes, yeah? So for women, it's easy. We love dressing, right? We love clothes and shoes and stuff. So I would suggest start with a day where, you know, you think, okay, how can I be even more feminine in, do I put heels on to go to the supermarket just for me? Just for me, yeah?
Just for you. So again, so I just want to make sure. So if you don't have any makeup in your you have no makeup, or you don't wear makeup, and you probably don't have any heels, you could just find something that is it so much in an attitude if you don't have the attire? It could just be like more in an attitude.
So it's conscious choice, isn't it? So even think colors, think texture. Yeah. Is there something? Is it a t-shirt but it's silky? You know, how does it touch your skin? Yeah. What is the color? You know, does it reveal your wrist or does it cover your wrist? You know, does it cover is it long sleeve and covers your hands and there's like an element of protection? So it can be in the smallest, subtlest, but it's a conscious choice of pushing yourself just a little bit out of your regular, this is my uniform, I'm comfortable, you know, am I really in my maximum pleasure? Yeah.
Wow. So what question you keep asking yourself, am I really in my maximum pleasure? And when the answer sometimes is not even minimum, then...
And so then it's okay as well, but I'm conscious of that, right? So I'm on the journey. I'm making a conscious choice, not an unconscious choice, yeah?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a difference for real. I'm thinking about it now. It really makes a difference when you're conscious of it.
Yeah. Like, look, you know, if I'm going to the bank or a government office, I know I've got to cover my shoulders. I can't get in. Yeah. Right? Insane, but I can't, right? So, you know, yes, that might be a different feeling, but it's a conscious... so there's exceptions, but then it's like, how much pleasure do I have in my life? Like, I try and pick flowers every day for my garden, right? Like, am I spending, you know, am I having a bath once a week? Am I like doing these really nurturing, pleasure-led principles, really taking care, not in a perfunctory, I've just got to get this task over and done with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel sometimes. I just want, I'm doing this because, you know what? Jessica said it. Let me just do my thing, you know. You know, you got to like, feel good while doing it.
Don't give me no bad juju now, coming across the island.
This was happening, man. Damn it, Jessica. You know, wow. Oh my goodness, this feminine energy, man, it goes so much deeper than we can even begin to imagine. Do you understand? So I want to find out something from you, right? For the females out there, you know, especially the little girls, maybe I guess the advice would be different for little girls. So for anyone that's, let's say, teenage years or younger, what advice do you have for them? That particular age that's coming up.
Wow, for teenagers, wow.
You know, because not to cross you, because we're trying to have this phone charged. Because one of the ladies, I think it was hold on. I think it was okay. Why this one?
Are you touching the camera?
I am, and I'm not supposed to touch it, you know. One of the ladies mentioned to us, you know, that she had a teacher when she was growing up, you know, and the teacher just completely just, you know, embarrassed in front of the class, you know, and things like that, you know, and she just felt herself just kind of drawing into a cocoon, and she doesn't want to talk to anybody, you know, she doesn't, you know, it gets very shy and very uncomfortable, you know. Yeah. You know, so again, those are things that, believe it or not, they really do stick with you throughout life. You might be so surprised. So I just want to know, like, for children that's coming up, if you have any advice whatsoever to...
Yeah, you know, Mishka, this is really difficult for me. I don't have children, and I know that a lot of the challenges that happen to almost every human being happen in those teenage years, mostly. Yeah. You know, school can be a very difficult environment, you know, with the sort of trying to, you know, you're birthing this sort of adult version of yourself, you're experimenting, and there's a lot of louder voices and quieter voices, and finding a way through that. I think the most important part is finding an expression for the emotions. Now, how does that happen? Does that happen through outer activities? Is it outer interest, like is it swimming, or is it running, or is it riding, or is it like, how do you know, sometimes in the spaces in between, in the words that you can't say, that you can't express, is there a physical activity that can kind of interpret the emotions, so that there's some kind of processing. I do know people that do, some other teachers that do the F.A.M.E, the emotional tour with teenagers.
Yeah.
I've never done it. It's something that I've thought about, because I mean, I've played with a friend's kids, and I've gone, you know, show me Superman, right?
Yeah.
And then I've gone, you know, show me Charlie Chaplin, or show me madness, show me laughter, show me confidence, right? And so I have experimented in a very informal setting, but you know, the attention span of super young kids is less.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I have full solution for that, Mishka. Certainly not firsthand.
Not firsthand. But you know, we keep our fingers crossed. Definitely, when you start working, maybe with teenagers, then you know, some word of advice, you know, for them for sure. So for the women, the goddess. Okay, what kind of the advice you have for us? What kind of advice you have for us, man? Other than everything that you told us.
Keep it simple. Stay in your pleasure. Stay in your pleasure. The more you're in your pleasure, the more you're making a conscious choice about your pleasure, the more authentically you can show up with others and in your world, in your life. Because there's no discongruity. There's no, you're not making a lie. You're not in resentment mode. You're not in regret mode. You're not in jealousy mode or anything. It's like you're in your pleasure. You know you're in your pleasure. Life's good.
In your pleasure. Again, like you said, from simple things like picking flowers in the garden, good frame of mind.
Yeah.
You know what?
Simple. Super busy. Take a moment. Look up. What can I enjoy here? What's really pleasurable for me? Oh my God, that sound. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you do this all while being sober. That's important. I can get this done when I'm not
There are
sober.
always exceptions to the rule.
Oh, there you go. My kind of party, Jessica. My kind of party. Yeah, but it helps though. It keeps a little bit. Especially in the morning when you start with your dance, right? You don't want to start in the morning, roll out to bed, let me get some vodka, whatever is knocking back here so I can get this dance done. You know what I mean? That's not what we're doing. It's not what we're doing, okay? You can have the vodka after the dance, okay?
In the evening.
In the evening. All right then, fine, Jessica. In the evening. In the evening. Wonderful. Oh my goodness. Jessica, I want to thank you so much. But before you go though, I want you to put in the comments where the classes that you have, the time. You know, I want to come and check it out though. I want to do the S class. I want to see the color of my emotions, you know, for whatever reason, you know, I do. I really, 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 really do want to come by and check it out for sure. I'm bringing Margaret with me. We're dragging her
amazing.
She loves these kind of outings, man. Definitely. She surely do look forward to them all the time, man. She's like, yeah, we're dancing. I'm like, all right then, Margaret. You're going to be dancing with Jessica, if you say so.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I want to thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you for
Thank
stopping
you.
by and sharing with us. We really do appreciate it. Now we have to put it into practice. You know what I mean?
That's
to put it into practice. So, again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Like I said before, thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you both, ladies. Good night, F.A.M.E. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Another hug before you go. Can you send me a hug before you go? Another hug. Another hug, please. And thank you. And thank you very much. Hugging. Everyone in the F.A.M.E chat gets a hug. Everyone gets a hug, man. All right, Jessica. Thank you. We all got a hug. We all got a hug. Oh my goodness. What an interview. I love her. I love you guys all, you know. From the time I saw her, I'm like, oh my God. You can almost feel her you can almost feel when she's like a mile away. That only goes to tell you, right? She can be like a whole mile away and you still can feel her, man. That is so true. Definitely. Great personality, man. Good vibes, man. Jessica with that one. Oh my goodness, guys. We've come to the end of another weekly talk, all right? Oh my goodness, this is great. In case you missed it, you can watch it, all right? It's gonna be up on this Instagram live. It's gonna be on this Instagram page for sure. So make sure that you guys follow us, all right? Spread the word and tell a friend. I want to thank everyone for stopping by, everyone for participating in this week's theme. Oh, yes. Are we gonna drink this now? Is there any alcohol? Just one little bit, please. Bear with me. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I needed that. I've been talking since 2 o'clock. All right. Actually, since 12. Right. So again, I want to thank you guys all for stopping by. Thank you so much. Thank you. Remember, guys, the food interview is going to be up on F.A.M.E's Instagram. All right, on the page. We're going to put the food up there for sure. I want to say thank you so much, Anna Gibson. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for sharing your work with us. We really do appreciate it. We really, really do appreciate it. The ladies of, oh my God, Rashan. Thank you. I'm saying the ladies of Rashan so that you remember the name of the group. Rashan. We only live once. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear what you got to say. We don't. So we got double energies there for sure. And of course, we just had, oh my goodness, wonderful conversation with Miss Jessica Bentley representing the environment. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness, I feel so great. I feel great, Margaret. I feel great. How do you feel, Stretching? How do you feel? You feel great as well? Mm-hmm. You feel good? Mm-hmm. All right, then. Reese and Sunita, the crew, Anna, Jessica, we feel great. We feel good. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for spreading the word. And make sure that you also download, all right? Well, not download the app, but follow us on Instagram. You have to follow us on Instagram, man. F.A.M.E Festival _Barbados. Go ahead, spread the word. Tell a friend. I'm your host, Mish Kamati, all right? And I'm going to catch you guys next week. Wait, hold on. Next week's theme, you know how this works, all right? Coming from the sea. Yeah, we're coming from the Sierra, right? So again, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, sending you love. Yeah, this is the F.A.M.E Weekly Talk.